Welcome, welcome, welcome to Around the Table. I am Vision Coach Alicia and I am your host this evening. How are you all doing on this awesome Friday night? Good Friday, good Friday. Hope you all are celebrating the reason that this Friday is so good because he was good to us. And so as you come in, share, like, and we're going to get started tonight. I have a very special guest tonight. I say that every Friday night, but it is the truth. Every Friday night, I bring to you a special guest. What are you drinking tonight? I'm drinking water tonight. As we sit around the table, I am drinking water tonight. So listen, I hope that you had a great day today because I had a great day. It was a busy day, but it was a great day. But I was looking forward to coming in here tonight and sitting around the table with you as I do every Friday evening. Let me just check my monitor over here for a minute. I hope that tonight, as we move through this show, that you'll gain some real perspective of what it's like to really be an entrepreneur and really run your business. This is what we're going to be talking about tonight. So let me just set this up right here. There we go. And we are ready to sit with you for a few minutes tonight. Hey, again, I'm Vision Coach Alicia, and I help women to overcome obstacles that will stop them from starting their businesses. Around the Table Talk Show is a place for authors, a place for coaches, a place for speakers, for women entrepreneurs and small businesses. If you would like to be a guest on our show, just email me at bosscoachingbusiness@gmail.com and come on the show and sit around the table. So we're not going to delay it tonight. I am going to bring my guest up tonight. She's had a busy day as well. And I am so, here she go. I am so excited to have Vandella with me tonight. Vandella, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good, and yourself?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. I'm doing even better now that you're here tonight on the show with me. Listen, we're going to get right in it tonight because I want to talk about entrepreneurship and the things that you actually encounter and do to be an entrepreneur. So one of the biggest things I know about you is that you are a fashion designer. You're a fashion designer, not a seamstress, but a fashion designer. There is a difference. So let's talk about this. How long have you been an entrepreneur?
Well, I've been doing fashion designer for years since I was a little girl, but I just started branching out on entrepreneur like 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
you're new at it. You're not sweating like some of us have been. You still
Well,
you're
it's
sweating.
nice sweat to me.
Yes, yes. But the thing about it is what I want to talk to you about the perspective of that sometimes people think that as soon as you become an entrepreneur that they have to quit their job and
Oh,
just quit their job. And you didn't do that. You are
mm-mm.
still working and still
Yeah.
balancing being an entrepreneur. So
hmm
talk to me a little bit about being an entrepreneur while still working.
Oh, wow. Like you said, it is a challenge. It is not easy being an entrepreneur and still working. I work 8 hours a day. I drive, and then to kick it, my job is an hour and a half away. So I have to drive to work and back home. So I'm spending 3 hours on the road every 5 days a week. And I come home and I try to do my market. I try to promote. I try to do my sewing or designing something, creating something. So I'm running the midnight hour. I'm going to say, at night when I get off from work. So I'm constantly trying to do better, work my business as soon as I get off. I'm
Wow.
I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out ways to create other designs. I'm trying to figure out a way how to market my stuff, things, and how to add on. And it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So when you are at work doing your 9 to 5 job, well, yours is more than 9 to 5 because that hour and a half going and hour and a half coming,
Yes,
that's not
yes.
possible. But when you're on your job as an entrepreneur, are you thinking about what it is you need to do in your business? How does that work for you? Are you able to fully disconnect until you get off and come, or do you cheat in between and do
No,
some things?
no. I cheat. I'm a vegetarian because everybody at my job know that I'm a fashion designer. So they bring me their clothing. I'm always taking orders there. So I'm constantly, even from the manager, everybody, I just designed our shirts for our rally. I had designed everybody's shirts. So I'm steady. I'm working while on my job, doing entrepreneur.
You're working while you're working. Good. But see, that's a good thing, because sometimes people who are entrepreneurs on their regular job, they sneak around, they be doing stuff, but yours is this open thing where they do understand what you're doing,
Yep.
and they actually are supporting you. And that's
Yes.
that's that's really good. Listen,
Yes.
so here's my next question for you. Tell me, how do you come up with a concept for fashion, to be creative? How do you come up with your concepts?
That's a good question. I'm always trying to think of different ways because right now I'm thinking. I also look at. I also look on different videos, different people that's sewing, and trying to get ideas. How you get little ideas and stuff.
Great
So,
point.
yeah, so I'm always, looking at other things, trying to create more ways to create fashion design or marketing my book. But now I'm coming up with like transformation. If you have something like an old clothing and you want it different, I transform it to something different that you will love it.
Oh, you remake something.
Yeah.
Transformation. That is
Hmm.
an interesting concept. So if I had something for a couple of years that I really
Hmm.
like, and
Hmm.
I'm bored with how it looks, you
Right.
can make it updated and make it look different. For that is
Right.
awesome. See, that's where creativity comes in, where concepts come in. Listen, and one of the things that I'm going to go back to that you said is that you look at other designers, you look at what other people are creating, and see, people don't understand. For me, I look at other vision coaches. For a while, there were no vision coaches around that I could find. But within the last year, there have been about 5 vision coaches that have popped up. And I am actually looking at 2 of them constantly, how they're doing, what they're doing, because we learn from others. We cannot be an island by ourselves, especially when we want to grow. So that is really, really a good idea. So let me ask you this question. You do transformational designs. I know that right now we're in the area of prom and graduation and stuff. How does that complement your business?
Now with the prom, I used to do that a lot because when I was younger, like in my 20s, I was doing prom dresses, wedding dresses. I was doing it all. But I had stopped and I started by working and I just put my sewing away. But now I just haven't got back into that part. Only my grandkids, when they say, Grandma, I want a different design prom dress, then I come out and I make it for them. They'll say, well,
Okay.
I want to be like everybody else. I want you to design my prom dress. And I do it.
Yeah, for family or something, you do something
Right.
special. And I think that's really good, because you are onto something. Let me just tap into our. There we go. I can see it now. Hi, Dr. Tina Ramsey. Thank you so much. Good evening. How you doing? Pastor Keisha Lewis, thank you so much for tapping in with us this evening. My guest this evening on Around the Table is fashion designer and author Vandella Wells, and we're going to get into her book conversation in a bit. But right now we're talking about this fashion concept, because I'm loving the idea of what you said about transformation, because people throw away stuff that they really like because they don't know what to do with it. It's sitting in the closet, and some of us, let's just admit it, we gain weight, it doesn't fit or whatever. But if you are able to cut that thing up and restructure it and put it back on this body, I would be loving it. I am going to actually take a couple of pictures of two things that I have that I love that I think I would like you to remake for me. So we're going to do that. See, to stay ahead and to stay relevant, we have to find things that are unique, things that are different within our businesses. And so that concept, I actually absolutely love it. So tell me, how long does it take you to actually bring a concept to fruition? If you have an idea of something, do you start on it, stop, go back? How do you work? Tell me, how do you work as a designer?
When I start, I'm gonna finish. Usually, usually something like a transformation, it don't take that long because I got kind of idea how I want to do it. It might take a couple hours, something like that. I'll be done a day. So yeah, really? It don't take me that long.
Oh, hi, Dr. Linda. Thank you for coming in. Wow. So what you're saying is that this is your craft. So with your craft, you know, I think about you people that are creative, because I am not the creative one. I have two sisters, my older sister and my younger sister, that are both the creative ones. I don't know what happened to me in the middle. It just skipped over me. But I have other qualities that they don't have either. But what I'm saying is, I look at the dedication and the way that they do things when they are crafting or making things. So tell me, are there particular machines that you need for doing certain things in your fashion designing industry? Is it just a regular machine, or is there different things that you have to use?
A regular machine. Only thing different you use is a calling on the material with your needles. Because if you're getting sheer, you have to use that thin needle. So so if you got some heavy duty like jeans or something, you need heavy duty needles. So you can use any machine, just the thread. It's just the needle you have to change with the material.
Okay, awesome. So let's go back a little bit to the entrepreneurial part of this business. How do you keep your business profitable? If you are doing this business, how are you being profitable in your business?
Yes. I have to keep a log, because at the end of the year, I got a tax preparer that I have to, do my tax for me and everything. Everything can be legal. So I have that. Plus, I have my business info card and stuff. It automatically takes on my website. If you go to my website, it automatically takes the tax and stuff out. So that's paid for. But I have with my business, I have my prices, and I'm like, family don't matter. I have to, charge the price because I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to make my business. Well, I don't have to work no more full time. So if I can grow my business and grow my clients, then I can have a steady client, steady business. So
steady client, steady business. My coach, Dr. Nikki, always says to us, "My price is my price."
That's where I get it from.
Yes, it took a while for me to get there, but I understand that to do business, it costs. And so my price is my price. And one of the things that I am doing right now as an entrepreneur is I'm really structuring my business with all my SOPs, everything in place and position, so that business function as a business. And I'm going somewhere with this, and not a hobby, because sewing and designing could become a hobby if you don't keep in mind that you are actually running a business. Correct?
Correct. And let me tell you, Alicia, and you are absolutely correct. That's what I did when I first started sewing when I was in my 20s. I started making it as a hobby and not a business. And I was making stuff, staying up all time of night, creating clothing for weddings, all the way to everything, bridesmaid to the wedding dress. and I wasn't charging the prices. It's like a hobby. And I went down, I got burnt out, I got disappointed, I got upset because I was letting people get away with free stuff. And I didn't treat it as a business. Now it's different. When I do clothing at my job, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I know you need your money first." Yes, ma'am. Before I even give it to you, I need you to send it in my account, Zelle it, whatever, give it to me before you get. They all know that. On the manager on down, they already know. Oh yeah, we got to give you your money first before you give us our stuff. That's right, because it's a business.
Having a place for that money to go is so important. Having the business account set up, having it set up as an LLC or an S corp, whatever it is that you're going to do, but having the business set up like a business is the incentive to really run your business like a business. So often, so many people, and this is what I really liked about Cash App right now, that they've actually separated it. You cannot mix. It's either a business and then you go get your personal Cash App. So
okay.
And I love that about them. Before you could just, fool around with it, but now you have to look at it. And PayPal is basically the same thing. PayPal for business or PayPal for particular, because they're holding you accountable. If you're saying that you are running a business, we've got to learn that at the end, you said this, I have to have my things in order so that my taxes, when you take those taxes to be done at the end of the year, that they should be done. People don't even realize that there are different things that you have. You don't just have an LLC. You have to pay certain fees during the year for an LLC. So when we start to run our businesses as real businesses, as entrepreneurs, it really makes a difference in how people view our businesses and how people see our businesses. And that's the one thing that I'm looking at right now. Who is really upgrading their businesses? And the picture that I saw on your page caught my eye. And yes, you were talking about I think it was a young man and a young lady. She had on a dress. She was your niece or something, and you were showing her. They were standing next to a car, and I said, "Wait a minute, Vandella came on my show a year ago. Let me catch up with her and see what she is doing right now."
Okay.
And I see that in that you moved on. I titled this "Embracing My Journey."
Yeah, that was my book. Yeah.
Embracing my journey. So let's go there. Tell us about this journey that you're on.
Now, you went with my book?
Yes.
Okay, so now this one right here, I brought. It's still in the edit. It's still being edited because of the money. Getting the book done, it costs. Getting it published, it costs money. So right now, I'm looking to get it published by before June. So, but this is the copy of it. I made a little poster of it. What that is after the pain.
I could read what it says. Put it back. It says, after the pain, birth purpose. Wow. After the pain, birth purpose. Go ahead. Tell us about this book.
So this book right here, and reason why because my first book was Unfinished Business. Like you said, Embracing My Journey. It was about a story of my life. This book here is about after I went through the pain. Now purpose was birthed in my life. So I'm doing entrepreneur birth in my life. I'm doing ministry to women. I'm doing online, shows and different stuff, is just walking in my purpose. That's what I'm doing. I'm walking in my purpose. And what this book is about is most of us a testimony, encouragement and motivation. It's like different scenarios of people that went through different stuff. And then not only they went through it, but they came out. And I think you read the one when you comment off of when I put that first chapter up there, chapter 6. It was saying pass the baton. So it was like, and it was like telling, it's going through different things of life that you have been through with. So you should pass the baton on to whatever your life or stage you're in. If you don't went through somebody, your child died or passed away, you should pass the baton on to somebody else. That means encourage them, motivate them, help them survive, just like you did. So it's mostly like, and passing, I got different, like 10 chapters of different ones, but it's mostly an encouragement and a motivation to different women's, men's, they like my book too. So I ain't gonna say just women, but it's geared to women. But men's also said that they enjoy my book. So I guess it's to everybody. That
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah. So that's my next journey that I'm working on now.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that's going to come out by June. So I'm actually have the book in my hand. That way, I can be able. Right now, it's still in the making. So if I am doing pre-selling on that because I was trying to get it done because at first it was, I had one publisher, but it was kind of like up there. Then God sent me another one that's my price. So now I can work with her and I'm finna get it rolling.
Get it done and get it done. Listen, you are sitting around the table this Friday evening with me, moi. I am Vision Coach Alicia, and I'm here every Friday night with a very special guest. And tonight, my guest is Vandella Wells. She's an author and she's a fashion designer. And we're just talking about the journey of being an entrepreneur and doing things to keep your business in order as you continue to work. Because she's a working entrepreneur. You know, some of us, we are able to just, like myself, I do this full time. But you to work and you have to also build your business, it could be challenging, it could be different. So we're just talking tonight in this conversation about what it's like to do the things that you want to do, being an author, being an entrepreneur, being a fashion designer, but still maintaining the 9 to 5 that you have. So Vandella, let's go to this place. When we started to talk, you used the word burn out. That when you were doing your business and you were giving everything away for free, you were working and you found yourself being burnt out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, now that's a real good one. That one I was full time because I was working, but my entrepreneur at that time, I was in early 20s. I had young kids and it was so demanding. When I was doing weddings and stuff, I had to quit my job. So I had to start working full time. And when I was doing it, I didn't know anything about business. See, that's the thing. You got to know about how to separate. Business is your price is your price. You got to know how to make your money. Like you said, you got to know how to profit. So I didn't know anything about it. I just started doing it and I started charging people and people was giving me food stamp. They were just giving me stuff beautiful dresses, wedding dresses that you pay thousands of dollars for at David Bridal. That I was making on my own hand.
Yes.
And I didn't, but that's coming from not understanding about business, not know how to separate it. And I was like, people doing people a favor. Oh, can you do it for me? And I pay you later. I hand them the clothes. I never get my money. So that burnt me out because I couldn't pay my bills because I wasn't really making a whole lot of money. I was, a favor. So this time around, 4 years ago, since I started back again, I know now about business and I know how to separate it. I got a separate account. Like you said, PayPal, that's my business account. That I got my taxes, all that separate. I know how to separate that now. And I don't give you your stuff until you pay my money. If you don't pay the money, you don't get it. It don't matter how important that thing you got to go to, that event. If I make you a custom design you an outfit and you say, oh, can I pay you later? You won't get it.
Yes. There's something called, number one, a deposit. And then there's so many things that they have available for us now so that people who may not be able to pay us in one shot, there's Connor, there's Afterpay, there's Affirm. So there's no reason that people should not pay us. But it has to be where we operate our businesses as a real business and not as a hobby, and allow people the opportunities. See, the things sometimes that happen with us. Hi, Dr. Darcy, how are you doing this evening? The thing that happens to us is that we depend when we first start businesses, or even sometimes in our businesses, we're trying to depend on our family and our friends for our business.
Yes.
And And we have to understand that as entrepreneurs, your business goes way beyond your family. It goes way beyond your friends. It goes way beyond what you're doing on social media. What are the other things that you're doing to actually draw people to you, draw people to your business? So tell me this, because have you ever done a fashion show?
Yes, I have. I did it one time, did a fashion show. And I remember you was telling me about it before. I remember last time you was telling me about a fashion show. So I haven't done that yet, but I have done a fashion show before. And that's gonna be, like you said, that can be pretty challenging because I have to make up different designs for people to wear. So it's kind of like trying to do that in work, and then I'm doing my book and I'm doing other little stuff. So it's kind of, it will get kind of challenging of trying to, but it can be done doing a fashion show. So it is something that I am thinking about it because I remember you told me that before. So it's something on my mind.
Being a vision coach, I just see things differently a lot of times from people. I see you, doing a private showing, different things. And because why I'm saying this is because we work harder than we need to sometimes. As a coach, I was becoming burnt out when I was doing all those one-on-one clients. But when I developed my group course, it made things a lot easier. I wasn't feeling as frustrated and I wasn't feeling as burnt out. And so we've got to start to look at the aspect of gathering more people to see what we do and what we're doing than trying to do it one-on-one. And so, I still take one-on-one clients, but I limit it. I know how many one-on-one clients I will take in a month or two, but I know that I'm going to bring in my group clients because I'm serious about what I do and I don't want to get burnt out doing it. And I want to make sure that my business is being viewed as what it really is, a serious business. I'm not just doing it for free. And the thing of it is this: once you have your business set up and ready to flow and function, that's why I said to you, I started thinking about automation, SOPs, those things that you actually need to run your business like a professional business, sending out your emails, doing all of those things because you work. And as you work, when you come home from work, you said you burn the midnight oil. But if things are set up so that things flow within your business easily, that people, can make appointments with you through systems, and you can go and do their measurements, or they come to you and do their measurements or whatever, it makes it so much easier to have things done. Do an entire bridal party at one time instead of just one person bridal party. How do you bring those together together with a contract or whatever? So as an entrepreneur, we have to always stay ahead, always be creative with what we're doing. So let me ask you this.
Good pointers. I appreciate that. That's good pointers.
Yeah. I guess I'm coaching as we speak. Have you ever designed a Vandella collection? And what does it look like if you did?
No, I haven't. I have not. I haven't. But I have been, now that one thing, I have been in prayer, but I had kind of stopped praying that I wanted to. I said, God, I want you to give me a design that's my design, that they'll know that's Vandella's design when they see it. I have been in prayer. I stopped praying though, because it's been years, but I've been like, I need to start back because I said, I want a signature of saying, well, they'll say, well, that's Vandella product when somebody see it. That's like my signature. That's my design.
Yes.
I haven't came up with anything yet with that, but that's I go back to prayer.
You will. I see my daughter's on here. Hi, Keela Zamba. How you doing?
I'm trying to share it with my people. I don't know. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Hi, Linda. How you doing? Thank you for tuning into Around the Table. I am sitting here this evening with Vandella Wells. She's an author, a fashion designer, and she's definitely an entrepreneur. So we are, today is Good Friday. There's a lot of people that are out doing what they do on Good Friday. They're at church, they're out with family, they're enjoying their families. But as an entrepreneur, I take my show very seriously. And if I'm not able to have a guest, I will do a replay. So,
Okay.
on Good Friday, there's I saw a lot of people canceling stuff, but I said, this is it. As an entrepreneur, we have to be consistent in
Yeah.
what we do. So
Hmm.
it's not I'm doing it because I feel like doing it. I'm doing it because I'm committed to doing it. I'm doing it because this is something that I do and I love doing it. You design because it's something that you design. Like
Love
when
it.
you become an entrepreneur just for the money, you've already failed.
Yep.
when
Yep.
when you decided that you're doing this just because you want to make a quick $100, you've already feel. Hi Takima, thank you for joining us tonight. When you are just doing it because you can do it, and because the benefits of doing it, yeah, the benefits of doing it is good. You might be able to take a vacation you may not have ordinarily been able to take or whatever, but you cannot just do this just for the money. That's when you get burnt out.
Yeah.
That's when people see through you, they feel you. So there have been times when my guests may have canceled at the last minute, and I've come down, sat here, and done my show on my own without a guest because that's how committed I am to it. Hi, Evangelist Latoya. Thank you for joining us this evening. It is just such an awesome thing that when you make up in your mind, and you said this, you've been back at it just 4 years,
Mhm.
but in 4 years, what are you doing now differently than when you did it the first time?
Woo, a lot. One thing about it with sewing, this not like you said, it's just not a hobby. It's a passion. It's something that I love. When my kids be laughing at me, when I go into a fabric store, it seems like I just get lost. You can just leave me there. Leave me right at the fabric store. I mean, I love it. So it's like I'm in a different whole world. I love designing and fashion. That's just what I love to do. And what I'm doing differently is I'm still loving it. I'm still have compassion about it. But my mind frame is different. Business mind now. I have a different business mind. I don't think now that I'm trying to, just do it like I said as a hobby. It's a business, and I got to treat it like a business. So even though like I burn the midnight oil, but it's not really like with sewing and stuff. I've been on my appointment. I told them now I just do weekends. Weekends I'm off. I can go like this weekend. I got to go measure three people. I got to go measure them this weekend. So I said, because that's the only time I'm available. So I'm not going to try it. I used to, when I get off from work, I used to run to find somebody and design and measure them and all that. And I said, no, I'm going to stop doing that. So weekend is only scheduled appointment. So I am doing that.
So let me tell you clearly. So your weekends are set up where if you have to go out to meet
Mhm.
a client,
Mhm.
measure them and take for you are not running around during the week doing that.
Right.
So
Correct.
so you have actually started to really put your systems in place. See,
Mhm.
people may view you as a seamstress, but you're not a seamstress. You are a designer. You actually go out and get people together and make them
Yeah.
look beautiful. But
Different. Yeah.
yes, and that is really great. I really want to say to you, I told you that we were only going to be a half an hour tonight because I really wanted you to just come on and just let's talk a little bit about who you are, what you do. But I promise you that there was so much value in what you said tonight. You opened up my eyes to I told you I'm not a creative one. I'm not doing any of that. I tried to plant a plant. The plant lasts for a month. It's gone. That's not me. This is what I do. I love sitting with people,
Okay.
hearing their vision, seeing their vision, and actually being involved in their vision. And tonight I felt like you've taken me on a journey with you. And so I am
Oh,
excited about your book. Cannot wait until it's out in June, as
yeah.
you said, and
Mhm.
to embrace this journey that you're embracing, to embrace this journey with you. So I'm going to look to see what you've created on Facebook, as far as put something up there that we could see that you've done a piece, so that other people could see what it is you're doing, and we know that we are definitely going to see and hear more from you in the future. If you had to give a piece of advice to someone that was interested in becoming a fashion designer, what would you say to them?
I would tell them, it's something. Fashion design is work. It's not nothing. It's not easy, but you have to be compassionate about it. You have to be consistent about it. You have to love what you're doing, because if not, then you will get frustrated. I will tell them to keep going, keep at it. Educate yourself. Learn more about your material, more about the things that you need to know to help your customer. A lot of times, I'm telling you, half of my customers don't know what size they wear, how. I have to really be their vision. I have to vision everything for them. They'll give me something and say, "Oh, you just fix it for me." That's it. It's like, okay. So you really have to know, about your designing. You have to be creative. You have to always just consistent. Like you said earlier, be consistent in it. Don't just start it and then make it a hobby. Don't be it's not a hobby. If it's a hobby, like you said, you're going to burn out. So you have to be compassionate about it. You have to love it. Go look at other people, like I do, look at other videos, educate yourself, get more ideas, get more creative, learn more about the material. I love to learn more about material, how it feels, what's going to work best for that person. Because a lot of times they don't know what's going to work best for them. I'll tell them, that ain't going to look right. That material ain't going to fit what you're trying to do that with. So you have to know about the material. You have to know about different things about clothing, designing it. So if you're passionate, if you love to sew and you love to design stuff, it won't be that hard. You are consistently doing what I just said.
So how did you know that you were developing this passion for designing and sewing?
It's a funny thing, because my mama, nobody in my family really sewed. So when I was little, when I was real young, I was in high school and I wanted to take up sewing. I took up sewing. And ever since then, my baby sister, she was younger than me. So I started designing clothing and put it on her. So she was my model.
Okay.
She was my model. And then I started doing more and more. But then, I had my daddy. I didn't know my daddy until I got in my 40s. And I found out him and his brother was a fashion designer. And that's where I get it from.
Wow.
I didn't even know it.
You did it without knowing it. Hi, Pastor. How you doing, Pastor Wright? I see you there. Wow, this is so interesting. See, entrepreneurship is something, sometimes we don't know where certain things come from in our lives, but we discover it as we go along. I just love interviewing people from across the board. Again, as I said, this is a show for coaches, it's for authors, it's for entrepreneurs, it's for speakers, it's for small businesses, and anyone that feels that they have something to contribute in the arena of the marketplace. We don't separate ministry from marketplace. I am a woman of God first.
Right.
I incorporate my business. Jesus is the CEO of business coaching. And as an entrepreneur, I could not do what I am doing like I have been doing it if I did not put him first. He is the one that gives me the desire every morning to get up and go. He's the one that gives me the desire and the know-how. When I sit with a client, I pray first. I never coach a client without praying, because I invite him in that space, because if he doesn't come in the space, number one, I am not going to be able to do what I am supposed to do. And guess what? I ain't gonna make no money. So I
like what you say, Apostle. I love that.
Totally involved in what I do. So I want to say thank you so very much for coming in this evening and speaking with us and sharing with us. We look forward to your book when it comes out. What is the name again?
After the Pain, Birth Purpose.
After the Pain, Birth Purpose,
Purpose, yeah.
will be available in June from
Right.
author Vandella Wells. So we're looking forward to that. Vandella, thank you so much for stopping by tonight on this Good Friday evening.
Yes.
All are blessed because he came and he died to bless our lives so that we can exist. Hi, Karen. How you doing? Good evening. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah. Apostle,
Yes.
can I say one thing? And what you were saying earlier about prayer. One thing, another thing, the first thing I do too. Every client, no matter what, if I'm sewing on a button to a big project, I pray over every item that I sew. I pray over it. I pray over it there, over the item, and I pray that Lord let it fit them perfectly, everyone. And usually I haven't had nobody complain about it not fitting them. They ain't liking it. So I put that first of everything.
Yes. You know, the network that I'm in, Dr. Nikki says we serve God full time. It's no matter what it is we're doing, we're serving him. So in business, we serve him. You know, in ministry, we serve him, but we cannot do the business without the ministry of him. So tonight, listen, if you see her website is running on the screen, as well as her email. If you'd like to get in touch with her, that concept of her remaking your outfit, if you have something that's just sitting around and you just think it's over, snap a picture of it, get in touch with Vandella, show it to her, and she will remake it for you so it becomes a whole entire new piece in your wardrobe. So tonight, thank you all so much for joining us on Around the Table, and we will see you next Friday evening. And as my cousin Lorraine always says, have a great day today and a better one tomorrow. God bless you.
All right, bye-bye.